The world of modern medicine is built on the promise of saving lives, curing diseases, and improving human health. Billions of dollars are poured into pharmaceutical research each year, with the goal of developing treatments and cures for the most devastating illnesses known to mankind. But beneath the surface of this noble pursuit, a dark theory lingers, one that suggests the pharmaceutical industry, often referred to as Big Pharma, is not driven by the desire to cure diseases, but rather by the profit generated from keeping people sick. Could it be possible that life-saving cures for cancer, diabetes, and other chronic diseases already exist, but are being hidden from the public to ensure the continued flow of billions into the pharmaceutical industry? This is the chilling question at the heart of the Big Pharma conspiracy theory. The business of disease. At its core, the pharmaceutical industry is a business, one of the largest and most profitable in the world. The global pharmaceutical market is worth over $1 trillion, with major companies like Pfizer, Merck, and Johnson & Johnson raking in billions annually. But the business model of these corporations is based not on curing diseases outright, but on managing them. Consider the case of insulin. Millions of people worldwide suffer from diabetes, a disease that requires daily management. Insulin, a medication essential for diabetics, has been around for nearly a century. Yet instead of making it more affordable, pharmaceutical companies continue to raise the price, forcing patients to spend thousands of dollars just to stay alive. If a true cure for diabetes were discovered, it would mean the end of a multi-billion-dollar industry. This raises a disturbing question: if companies profit from managing disease rather than curing it, what incentive do they have to release life-saving cures? The suppression of cancer cures. One of the most controversial elements of this theory revolves around cancer. Despite decades of research and billions of dollars spent on treatments, there is still no definitive cure for the disease. Whistleblowers and independent researchers claim that potential cures have been discovered multiple times but were systematically suppressed. One of the most famous cases is that of Dr. Stanislaw Burzynski, a doctor who developed an alternative cancer treatment called antinoplastins. Despite his treatment showing promise, Burzynski was relentlessly attacked by the FDA and pharmaceutical industry, facing legal battles that aimed to discredit and shut him down. Similarly, in the 1970s, Dr. Raymond Rife claimed to have developed a frequency-based cure for cancer using electromagnetic waves. His research was allegedly sabotaged, his equipment confiscated, and his reputation destroyed. Conspiracy theorists argue that these cases prove a pattern: whenever an independent researcher comes close to a breakthrough, they are silenced by the powerful forces of Big Pharma. The role of the FDA and government agencies. If cures are truly being suppressed, how is this possible on such a large scale? According to the theory, government agencies like the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, and CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, are deeply intertwined with the pharmaceutical industry, acting as gatekeepers to ensure that only profitable treatments are approved. Former FDA insiders have spoken out about how the agency is financially tied to pharmaceutical companies through funding and lobbying. The revolving door between Big Pharma executives and FDA leadership raises serious ethical concerns. How can an agency responsible for regulating the industry remain unbiased when its own officials frequently move between high-paying pharmaceutical jobs? It's alleged that when promising treatments emerge, they are either blocked from approval, buried in endless red tape, or bought out and shelved by pharmaceutical giants to prevent them from reaching the public. The case of Dr. Sebi and holistic cures. The mysterious case of Dr. Sebi, a herbalist and natural healer, further fuels suspicions of Big Pharma's suppression of alternative cures. Dr. Sebi claimed to have developed natural, plant-based remedies that could cure diseases like cancer, AIDS, and diabetes. Despite his reported success, he was repeatedly targeted by medical authorities and eventually arrested. Shortly before he could present his findings in court, he mysteriously died in custody. His supporters believe he was silenced because his natural cures posed a direct threat to the pharmaceutical industry. This pattern of silencing alternative medicine practitioners is seen as more evidence that Big Pharma does not want the public to have access to natural or low-cost cures. The patent problem: why cheap cures are a threat. Pharmaceutical companies thrive on patents, which allow them to maintain exclusive rights to medications for a set period. This exclusivity allows them to charge exorbitant prices, ensuring high profits. However, if a cure were developed using common, unpatentable substances, such as certain plants, vitamins, or alternative therapies, it would not be financially lucrative. This is why some theorists believe that effective natural remedies, such as cannabis for pain management or turmeric for inflammation, are downplayed or discredited by mainstream medicine. If the public were to embrace low-cost, natural treatments, pharmaceutical companies would lose a significant portion of their revenue. Silencing the whistleblowers. There have been numerous cases of researchers, doctors, and insiders attempting to expose Big Pharma's unethical practices, only to face ruin. Some have been discredited, others have lost their medical licenses, and in extreme cases, some have died under mysterious circumstances. Dr. Bradstreet, a doctor who was researching the potential link between vaccines and autism while exploring alternative treatments, was found dead in a river under suspicious circumstances. Official reports labeled it a suicide, but many believe he was silenced. Similarly, holistic doctors and alternative medicine practitioners have been found dead under unexplained conditions, fueling speculation that those who threaten the industry's control are eliminated. Final thoughts: truth or paranoia? Is Big Pharma really suppressing cures to protect their billion-dollar industry? Are promising medical breakthroughs being buried to ensure that diseases remain chronic rather than curable? While mainstream science dismisses these theories as paranoia, the patterns are hard to ignore. The next time you hear about a revolutionary new treatment, ask yourself, will it truly reach the public, or will it mysteriously disappear, just like so many before it? One thing is certain: when profits and human health are at odds, the truth is often hidden in the shadows.